I've been an OT5, and I love all the boys. In this video we will debunk everything that Jasmine person said on that sack of lies YT video about Liam Payne. If you already jumped on the "I hate Liam Payne" train, or "I blocked Liam" campaign, you may not love this video, and I don't want to have a fight with you. This person says that Liam was praising Duck Dynasty family in 2014. Well, TBT, Niall, Louis and Harry and Liam were hanging out with him in 2015. But of course people forget, and it was only Liam who said later he didn't have a clue, but nobody believed him. This is what Liam said a few years later about the Duck Dynasty claims. This is what Ruth, Liam's sister, said about it. He didn't know, but they all four knew in 2015, and I never saw one person calling Louis or Harry out for that thing. Then this person says Liam didn't like the pride flags or signs at 1D concerts. That's huge lie. Liam was the first one acknowledging the pride flags and the signs. This video and many more are the proof of it.
You held up all those lovely colourful things you had earlier. Do you still have them? If you do, can you hold them up? Hold them up nice and proud, and then you're going to get a good quick snap. Maybe a selfie.
He was always an LGBTQ supporter since the beginning, so these kind of tweets or articles praising Harry over Liam, when in fact, and it's a fact, that Liam praised the flags and signs before Harry did, or at the same show, I think it was Oslo. Oh, but he really said that. Yes, he did. He said that in an interview with a gay magazine. And of course it was taken out of context as always. Also, can you just remember for a minute Liam's role regarding Larry? He is the chronic Larry debunker. Connect the dots. Okay, I'll connect them for you. He is the one that always talks about F, the one that mentions L, the one that his GF or Louis GF besties. The one that said Larry's not real during a meet and greet attested of 1D fans in 2017. Then mentions the controversial interview taken out of context.
What about 100%. Godfathers? Are any of the 1D boys going to be Godfather for you?
I thought about the Godfather thing. Is Godfather thing parts of christening?
Yes.
Because when I think of Godfather, I think of... That's what I think of, Godfather.
Who would be best at babysitting then, if you're going to leave him?
Who would be best at baby? No, that's a big question. Well, I suppose Louis, because Louis's got a nipper, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I suppose he would be.
He's more than qualified.
But he'd be my last choice in my head. That's the funniest thing. But he's got to be first because he knows more than any of the rest of them.
It's very true.
I couldn't rely on Harry because I feel like my child would come out dressed in something that I just wouldn't understand. And then with Niall, the kid would be putting golf balls on tees.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be the rollout. He'd be
his new caddy.
Yeah. Niall would be pushing the pram while swinging the putter.
Yeah.
At the same time.
And a can of beer in his hand as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'll leave him with me.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really... am I the most trusted? I could...
You can see he's joking. He even talked about ending golf. He's talking about H-style and GRL, not women clothing. It's from 2017. Harry didn't even wear women clothing back then, only a few shirts. I thought you were all experts in dots connection. BULLSHT. Read the transcript. He's literally feeding the Louis is a father narrative. Now let's put these two screenshots together, both from different interviews in 2017, and tell me what you see. Also, Liam's was raised with two sisters. He said 1,000 times they dressed him with dresses and stuff, and he even enjoyed it. So please stop talking BS, and don't defend him anymore. Bringing all this BS again just makes things worse. And all of jumping on the "I hate Liam Payne" train don't know a thing about him and forgot he literally said this in 2020. But OFC, y'all have selective amnesia. And y'all also forgot this when he supported Harry after the Vogue cover OFC, as he always did. 4. The person says LP1 is a weak album name. What about HS1? 5. About that unfortunate comment about Girl Almighty back in 2015. Why, instead of hating on him and calling him homophobe, start thinking management forced them to do stuff to kick pride flags out of the stage too, if you know what I mean. Everything about that incident. Go read it. 6. about both ways. This is the song interpretation. The song was written by a bi woman, not by him. He even apologized for it again in case you didn't understand. Even the county writer said it isn't about that. Ruth is a bi woman herself. So bi people can't fetishize themselves. But that's another topic, so in case you still don't understand, read this and think for a minute. And remember, he even apologized a few months later, never performed the song live. He couldn't take the song out of streaming services. Because that's not on him. That's a label thing. And you know labels. Now 7. The podcast. About the upbringing. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. We're not a fly in the air back in the days, so we don't know for sure how supportive any of the parents are. We are not even part of their circle. About the frontman thing. He didn't say he was the frontman. He said Simon created the whole image of the band from his image. Again, the fly. Were we there when he had dinner with Simon when he was 16? No, we weren't. So, to all the people joining the I Hate Liam Payne club, please shut up. He was the leading man back in X Factor days. He started singing every time. That changed eventually, but he did have most of the solos. You can tell by taking a look to those vids, he was the front man. In the same podcast he said that he always gonna stand by Zayn's. That was crucial for the band 3 times, and didn't mention or disrespect Harry at all. IDK if you're not thinking or have a selective ear. But you're no different than GP if you think otherwise. He praised and brought 5 so's to a conversation that TBH they shouldn't be. Paul and the others were mentioning BSB. NSYNC, the biggest boy band to ever exist. I'm sorry to break it to you, 5 so's had no place in the top 5 of boy bands back in that time or now. So it was nice of him bringing them to the topic. He did outsold the band when Strip That Down was dropped. And last but not least, the walls thing. Remember Rebecca retweeted her tweet the same day Liam talked about him being thrown to a wall. And remember, he didn't say bandmate. Leaving this here, and why is no one talking about how serious this is? He's admitted being in a physical blow with his manager and how he invades his privacy, or is that all you got picked from the interview? He didn't even say half of the shit you all misinterpreted and made up. Learn human decency.
Bullying, cyberbullying, LGBTQ discrimination, help keep bullying out of our schools and offline.